My precious one, pause right here. Do not move past this message. This moment was arranged. You are meant to hear this now. I know there is something pressing on your heart, something you keep replaying in your mind but never allow to leave your lips. You have been carrying it alone, thinking you must figure it out by yourself. But listen carefully. You do not have to hide from me. There is nothing you could say that would push me away. I feel the unrest in your spirit. I feel the quiet ache that words have not yet touched. That is why I am calling you closer, not later, not someday, but now. Speak to me. I am near. I am patient, and my love for you has not changed. This message is interrupting you on purpose. I stepped into your feed because you were about to sit with your thoughts alone again, like you do so often, very early in the morning, before the world wakes up, in the car rides where the music is low and your mind is loud, in those moments when you almost send the message, then erase it. I see the silent tears. You wipe away so no one asks questions. You don't want to answer. You were chosen to hear this because you have been trying to be strong without being honest about how tired you are. Pause here, breathe. This is me speaking to you, not to everyone. Why you were different. You were always different because you feel deeply. You notice what others miss. You sense shifts before they happen. That's why you've struggled to explain yourself. People told you to move on, but they didn't feel what you felt at 7 a.m. when you woke up already exhausted. They didn't sit where you sat, staring at the ceiling, wondering why you couldn't just be normal and unbothered. I designed you this way so you would know my voice when it whispers, not just when it thunders. That sensitivity you tried to suppress is the very place where you and I meet. The hidden testing season. What you've been in is a hidden testing season, not punishment, preparation. You were tested in silence so your faith wouldn't depend on applause. I watched you keep going when no one clapped for you. I watched you pray short prayers because long ones felt too heavy. I watched you doubt yourself and still show up. You thought I was quiet, but I was listening, especially during those nights when you talked to me in your mind because you didn't have the strength to speak out loud. Within the next 14 days, something will shift internally, not outside, first inside. Clarity will replace confusion, and peace will begin where anxiety used to sit. What others couldn't carry. Others couldn't carry what you carry because it was never meant for them. The pressure, the responsibility, the emotional load. You weren't weak for feeling it. You were entrusted with it. That's why you felt misunderstood. That's why advice from others sounded empty. They didn't have the full picture. I allowed you to walk alone so you would learn to talk to me without filters, to tell me the things you're afraid to admit, the anger, the disappointment, the questions you think make you ungrateful. Speak them. I can handle them. Type "I'm listening" in the comments if you feel me speaking directly to you right now. The assignment revealed. Your assignment is intimacy with me, not performance for others. I am calling you into honesty, not perfection. There is something you've been holding back, something you keep saying you'll talk to me about later. Later has come. When you talk to me openly, doors will begin to open that effort alone could not unlock. Within 40 days, a conversation, an opportunity, or a realization will arrive that confirms you were never abandoned. Hit like if this resonates, not for the algorithm but as an act of agreement. What happens next? First comes release, then comes alignment, then comes movement. Before this year ends, you will look back at this exact moment and realize it was the turning point, not because everything changed overnight, but because you finally stopped hiding from me. I will meet you in the ordinary moments, while washing your face, while driving, while sitting alone. Subscribe if you want to stay connected to messages that are not for everyone, because this path narrows from here. The choice and activation. Now the choice is yours. You can delay, stay silent, and carry this alone a little longer, or you can talk to me now. Not later tonight, not tomorrow morning. Now, delay has a cost and obedience has a reward. This moment matters more than you realize. If you walk away without responding, the weight remains. If you speak to me even in a whisper, things begin to move. Choose. Talk to me. I am listening. My precious one, stay with me. Do not rush this. What is unfolding now is deeper than encouragement. It is alignment. The words you've been afraid to say. There are words sitting in your chest that you have rehearsed 1,000 times but never released. You feared that if you spoke them, everything would fall apart. You feared that honesty would expose weakness. But listen to me carefully. Silence has already been costing you more than truth ever could. I heard you last night when you said, "I don't even know how to start." I heard you this morning when you felt pressure behind your eyes, but held the tears back because the day was waiting. Start messy. Start unsure. Start with one sentence. I am not grading your words. I am receiving your heart. The moment I've been waiting for. I have been waiting for this conversation, not because I need it, but because you do. You've tried to be strong, to be composed, to be the one who doesn't break, but strength without surrender turns into exhaustion. This is why you've felt restless lately, why distractions don't work anymore. I am drawing you closer. In the next 7 days, you will feel an unusual urge to be alone, not in loneliness, but in connection. That is me making space for you to speak freely. What changes when you speak? When you talk to me honestly, things don't collapse, they realign. Confusion loosens its grip. The heaviness in your chest begins to lift. You won't have all the answers immediately, but you will have peace where panic used to live. And peace is power. Others will notice the change before you do. They'll say you seem calmer, clearer, lighter. That's because you stopped carrying what was never meant to crush you. The warning about staying silent. Hear this with love, not fear. If you delay this conversation, the discomfort will grow louder. Not to punish you, but to get your attention. I will not force you, but I will continue to call you. Disobedience doesn't cancel destiny, but it does delay relief. You've already waited long enough. Don't make yourself endure another season of unnecessary heaviness. The activation moment. This is your activation, not a dramatic ritual, not a public display, a private decision. Right after this ends, I want you to stop and speak to me. Out loud if you can. Whisper if you must. Even tears count as prayer. Type "I'm talking to you now" in the comments as a declaration. Not for others, but for yourself. This moment matters. Heaven is attentive. I am here. Speak. What I will do with what you tell me. I do not expose what you bring to me. I heal it. I reorder it. I strengthen you where you thought you were broken. When you tell me what scares you, I don't judge you, I prepare you. When you admit what hurts, I don't shame you, I steady you. Before this year ends, something you thought was permanently delayed will move forward. Slowly at first, then clearly, then undeniably. Remember this moment when it happens. The final invitation. Now listen carefully. This is the last interruption before routine tries to take over again. You can scroll. You can distract yourself. You can tell yourself you'll pray later. Or you can choose obedience in this moment. Obedience is not loud, it is immediate. Delay will keep you circling the same emotional ground. Obedience will move you forward even when you don't see the full path. Here is the choice. Speak to me now and let the weight begin to lift. Or stay silent and carry what you were never meant to carry alone. I am not leaving, but this window matters. This moment matters. Talk to me. I am listening. Now listen to me very carefully, my beloved child. This is where everything seals. This is not background noise. This is not something to replay later while distracted. This moment is requiring a response. Right now, you are standing at a threshold. On one side is the version of you who keeps carrying this quietly, who keeps saying, "I'll deal with it later," who keeps surviving instead of resting. On the other side is the version of you who finally speaks, finally releases, finally allows me into the places you've guarded the most. Both paths are real. Both are available, but only one brings relief. Do not delay this. Delay is not neutral, it slowly hardens what could have been healed sooner. Every time you postpone honesty with me, the weight doesn't disappear. It settles deeper. Obedience, however, opens doors immediately, even when you don't feel ready. So, here is the call to obedience. When this ends, do not scroll. Do not distract yourself. Sit still. Speak to me. Say exactly what you've been holding back. No performance. No religious language. Just truth. Even if your voice shakes. Even if all you can say is "I need help." That is enough. If you choose me now, peace will begin to replace pressure. If you choose silence, the discomfort will continue to knock until you answer. I will not force you, but I will keep calling. This moment matters more than you know. Choose now. Talk to me, my chosen soul. You are still here because something inside you knows this is real. Not emotional noise, not coincidence. This is resonance. This is recognition. Why this feels so personal? This feels personal because it is. I am not speaking in generalities. I am touching the exact place you avoid when others ask, "Are you okay?" I know the smile you give that isn't an answer. I know the way you change the subject. I know the strength you perform so no one worries. You learn it early how to carry yourself, but you were never meant to carry everything alone. That ache you feel when you finally slow down at night, that's not weakness. That's your soul asking for truth. Talk to me about that ache. I already know it, but I want you to trust me with it. The night conversations you didn't know counted. Those conversations you had with me in your head while lying in bed, those counted. When you said, "I don't even know if you hear me," I heard that too. When you went quiet because you felt foolish praying the same thing again, I stayed. I am not tired of you repeating yourself. Repetition is how wounds speak before they heal. Within the next 21 days, you will notice your thoughts slowing down. The noise will not control you the way it once did. That is not imagination. That is relief beginning. The shift others won't understand. As you begin to talk to me more honestly, some people will feel distant without knowing why. It's not because you are leaving them, it's because you are returning to yourself. Alignment changes your tolerance. You will no longer explain yourself the same way. You will no longer beg to be understood. Peace will teach you when to speak and when to stay silent. This is not isolation. This is refinement.